Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mollusk here, and I hope you're ready for some tales from Malifaux. So after my first battle, I thought it could be fairly said that I'd mastered the game, and so I decided to join a local tournament. As far as I can tell, this is probably just a local thing and not particularly serious, but it's a tournament nonetheless, and so you'll be getting a few reports from the games I played in it. Basically, the games are 20 soul stones and fixed lists. In every game, the objective is to be within 6 inches of a centrally placed marker, which can be moved around, and to kill the opposing henchman or leader. And each game lasts no more than 25 minutes. So this is Malifaux played on Turbo. Other than myself, everyone seemed to know what they were doing, so if there are mistakes, please appreciate the frantic pace at which these games were played. Game 1, my Neverborn faced the 10 Thunders led by Ototo. And one thing to bear in mind when you're watching these reports is that although I'm aware there are 2 objectives in this game by which you can score points, I don't actually work out what the extraction objective is until the end of game 2. I told you, we're playing at a pretty rapid pace, and I'm a bit disorientated by being somewhere new, playing a game I don't know with a group of people I've never met before. Also, I have a terminal case of idiocy, so what can you do? But for your convenience, extraction is a mission where you start with a token in the centre of the table. In this game we didn't have a token, which didn't help me much. But basically at the end of every turn, at least 2 of your models have to be within 6 inches of the token to score points, or a point. The team with the most models within that 6-inch radius of the token gets to move the token 3 inches in any direction. As for Assassinate, you get 3 points if you kill the enemy leader, because these games don't go past turn 4. So I've deployed my Young Nephilim, Barbaros, and my Woldgeist. Against me I have a dog with a burning bite, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce, Ototo, a Thunder Archer, and another Thunder Archer. The overall strategy of my crew is for the Woldgeist to conjure cover as the rest of my crew run forward and try to beat the crap out of the enemy leader. The Young Nephilim are fast and can do lots of damage, and Barbaros can push things around. And there's a synergy there if my tree can manage to entangle another model with its roots. Just before we start, here's a close-up of my opponent's crew, and you might just be able to make out that his Ototo is done up to look like the Joker, which I thought was quite fun. Let's get cracking. This is my hand going into the first turn. Not great, but can't really complain about a king. The 10 Thunder Archer on the right activates, moves up to the wall, and focuses. The Woldgeist strolls up, casts its tree spell, trying to disrupt charges and give some cover, and then it goes defensive. The dog thing then double walks to engage the tree, so the Young Nephilim carrying the head moves off into the forest, trying to line up a charge on Ototo in the next turn. Ototo is like, yeah, bring it on, and moves out to make it even easier. Guess he's pretty confident he can take a goat with wings. And then my other Nephilim moves to the woods to join the first. And you can see here I've got no idea I'm supposed to be close to the centre. The second archer focuses twice, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like whatever he's trying to do. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he shot at the tree and did a wound to it. I'm sure some focusing was involved. Ah yes, when he focuses, he counts as focusing twice. That's how that works, I think. Anyway, our handsome hero, Barbaros, moves around the house to join his buddies. And so we end the turn, and my opponent activates his Block the Sky ability, which gives the archers a bajillion shots, and they do 2 more damage to the tree. We go into the next turn, and my hand's looking better. I win the initiative, and one of my Nephilim charges out to beat on Ototo. I think it does a little bit of damage, and then Ototo activates. He might have flurried, I can't remember, but basically the Nephilim goes down, and Ototo takes some black blood damage. Although apparently it's just a flesh wound because he heals some. Now that Ototo's out there and exposed, I attack the dog with the tree. The marker by the dog might indicate that I hit it and slowed it. But then the mutt activated and pissed its flaming urine all over my tree. Because apparently they do that. Barbaros charges out and whacks Ototo weakly for some damage. One of the archers takes a pot shot at Barbaros and does 1 damage or something. And so the Young Nephilim, who's surviving, charges Ototo, hits him a bit, and I'm starting to think at this point that how many wounds does this guy have? And then we make a couple of mistakes here, in that I think you have to declare and use your triggers, which apparently you don't. So the young Nephilim flushed out Ototo and pushed him 4 inches in that direction. And as you can see, I have no idea that I'm supposed to be trying to get his models away from the marker, which isn't on the table, and I presume my opponent moved somewhere within 3 inches of that statue at the end of the first turn, because he had more models next to it. The second mistake is that Ototo has a rule that means he can't be pushed. Oh well. And with that, our time was up and the game ended. This was a really fun game, and although I didn't really get to talk much with my opponent, he seemed like a very nice guy. And the result was a 2-all draw, which means that neither of us got any points for the tournament. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next one.